What really happened when Jungkook suddenly broke down after meeting his mother backstage? And why did Taehyung refuse to leave his side? Discover the emotional moment that left fans shaken, questioning everything they thought they knew. Don't forget to like, comment your thoughts, and subscribe for more shocking updates. What if the strongest idol you've ever seen suddenly collapsed into tears the moment he faced the one person who knew him before the fame, before the lights, before the world called his name? What if, behind the roaring cheers and flashing cameras, there was a fragile moment no one was supposed to see? And why, out of everyone in the room, was Taehyung the one who stayed when everything seemed to fall apart? The atmosphere backstage was electric, buzzing with anticipation as the concert reached its peak. The echoes of thousands of voices chanting Jungkook's name still lingered in the air, vibrating through the walls like a heartbeat that refused to slow down. Staff members moved quickly, coordinating the next segment, while security kept a tight perimeter around the area. Everything was controlled, precise, and perfectly timed, until something unexpected happened. No one could have predicted it. No one could have prepared for it. A figure appeared quietly behind the restricted area. Someone who didn't belong in the chaos of flashing badges and urgent whispers. At first, she was just another silhouette in the dim backstage lighting. But then Jungkook turned, and everything changed. For a split second, time seemed to freeze. His eyes widened, his breath caught, and the confident performer who had just commanded a stadium full of fans suddenly looked like a child again. Standing there was his mother, the person who had watched him grow, who had seen his struggles long before the world celebrated his success. She wasn't supposed to be there. No one had informed him. It was a surprise, sudden and overwhelming. And then it happened. Jungkook broke down. Not the kind of tears fans sometimes see on stage, the ones mixed with gratitude and smiles. This was different. This was raw, uncontrollable, deeply personal. His shoulders trembled, his hands instinctively covering his face, as if trying to hide from the flood of emotions he could no longer contain. The weight of years seemed to crash down all at once. The sacrifices, the distance, the pressure, the loneliness hidden behind global fame. Staff members exchanged worried glances. Some hesitated, unsure whether to step in or step back. Cameras were quickly redirected, whispers spreading like wildfire through the backstage corridors. This wasn't part of the show. This wasn't something meant for the public eye. But there was one person who didn't hesitate. Taehyung. Without saying a word, he moved closer, his presence calm yet unwavering. He didn't try to stop the tears or interrupt the moment. Instead, he simply stood beside Jungkook, close enough to be felt but not overwhelming. It was the kind of silent support that spoke louder than any reassurance could. Why him? Why was Taehyung the one who stayed when others froze? As Jungkook struggled to regain control, his mother stepped forward, her own eyes filled with emotion. There was no need for words. The connection between them was immediate and undeniable. She reached out, gently touching his arm, grounding him in a way no one else could. It was a reminder of where he came from, of the life that existed before the spotlight consumed everything. The room seemed to shrink, the noise fading into the background. For those brief moments, it wasn't about the concert, the fans, or the global stage. It was about a son and his mother, reunited in the most unexpected way. And Taehyung remained there, quietly anchoring Jungkook as the storm of emotions slowly settled. Some say that true friendship reveals itself in silence, not in grand gestures. If that's true, then what unfolded backstage that night was something rare, something deeply genuine. Taehyung didn't draw attention to himself. He didn't speak over the moment. He simply stayed, offering a presence that seemed to steady Jungkook when everything else felt overwhelming. As the seconds turned into minutes, Jungkook's breathing began to slow. The tears didn't stop immediately, but they softened. He lowered his hands, his eyes still red, his expression vulnerable in a way fans rarely get to see. And when he finally looked up, it wasn't the crowd he searched for. It was the familiar faces in front of him. His mother, and Taehyung. The contrast between his onstage persona and this moment was striking. The same artist who had just delivered flawless performances now stood exposed, stripped of the layers that fame had built around him. It was a reminder that behind the global icon was still a human being, capable of feeling deeply, of breaking under the weight of emotion. What led to this moment? Was it the exhaustion of a world tour, the emotional distance from family, or something more that had been building quietly over time? No one could say for certain, but the intensity of his reaction made one thing clear. This wasn't just a simple reunion. It was something much deeper. Whispers began to circulate almost immediately. Those who witnessed the scene couldn't stop talking about it. Some described it as heartbreaking, others as beautiful. Many questioned why Jungkook had been so overwhelmed. What emotions had been hidden beneath his composed exterior? But perhaps the most talked about detail wasn't just Jungkook's breakdown. It was Taehyung's presence. Why didn't he leave? Why didn't he give Jungkook space like others did? Instead, he chose to stay, to stand by him through one of his most vulnerable moments. It sparked conversations, speculation, and admiration from those who understood the significance of such quiet loyalty. As the situation stabilized, staff gently guided Jungkook to a more private area. His mother followed, her hand never leaving his side. Taehyung walked with them, still silent, still steady. There was no rush, no pressure to return to the stage immediately. For once, the show could wait. And in that pause, something shifted. The image of perfection that idols are often expected to maintain cracked just enough to reveal something real. Something human. Something that fans rarely get to witness. When Jungkook eventually returned, there was a noticeable difference. His eyes carried a lingering emotion, a depth that hadn't been there before. The performance continued, the crowd none the wiser to what had happened behind the scenes. But for those who knew, for those who had seen even a glimpse of that moment, it was unforgettable. Because it wasn't just about a breakdown. It was about connection. It was about the unbreakable bond between a mother and her son. A bond that fame couldn't erase. It was about friendship, the kind that doesn't demand attention but proves itself when it matters most. And it was about the hidden struggles that even the brightest stars carry with them. So the question remains, what truly happened in that moment when Jungkook broke down? Was it a release of years of suppressed emotion? Or a reminder of the life he left behind in pursuit of his dreams? And what does Taehyung's quiet support reveal about the bond they share? One thing is certain. Behind the lights, behind the music, behind the global fame, there are stories that never make it to the stage. Stories like this one. If this moment moved you, if it made you see Jungkook and Taehyung in a different light, share your thoughts. What do you think really happened? Was it just a surprise or something much deeper? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more stories that uncover the hidden emotions behind the world's biggest stars. What happened after that moment only deepened the mystery, and the emotion that refused to fade. As Jungkook stepped back into the dimly lit hallway away from the chaos, the echoes of the crowd still thundered in the distance, but they felt far away now, almost unreal. It was as if he had crossed into a different world, one where the expectations, the pressure, and the constant need to be perfect no longer applied. For a brief moment, he wasn't the global superstar everyone knew. He was simply a son trying to hold himself together. His breathing was uneven, his chest rising and falling as he tried to regain control. His mother stayed close, her presence quiet but powerful, offering a kind of comfort that no stage, no award, no cheering crowd could ever replace. She didn't ask questions. She didn't need to. Sometimes, understanding doesn't require words. And still, Taehyung remained there. Not behind him. Not in the distance. Right beside him. There was something almost unspoken in the way Taehyung positioned himself. Not too close to overwhelm, but not far enough to seem detached. It was deliberate, instinctive, as if he knew exactly what Jungkook needed in that moment without being told. His gaze stayed soft, observant, quietly protective.